All right, good morning. It is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Today is a special edition of the Get Up Show because it's finals day. That's right, it's finals day. I have to take my final exam today in my Principles of Evolutionary Biology class that I'm taking for my master's degree. And it has been a hot mess of a semester, so I'm super ready for this class to be over with. But I have only about that much information that I have to study today before I take the final exam, and I'm not exaggerating. So there's that. So today I'm going to give my seniors, this is for my seniors, 10 tips for surviving college exams. Okay. All right. Now I've done some college, right? So let me just, all right. I graduated from Park Lane, went straight into summer school at Southern Miss. That was one of the most interesting classes I ever took. This is another story for another day. Anyway, crammed about 4.5 years of classes in 4 years, because when you're a double major with biology and secondary education and then a chemistry minor, it's a lot of classes, all right? But these are tidbits of information that benefited me. They may be nothing of use to you, and that's fine. I own that. It's fine. You're your own person. You do you, baby. You do you, okay? But this is my advice, top 10, okay? For, those fixing to be new college students, all right? First one's very important. Coffee. Coffee's essential. I developed my addiction to coffee in college. When they put the Starbucks in the library on campus, I just waved the white flag and I just gave in. Now this in this cup here is decaffeinated because I Twitter pate when I drink a lot of caffeine. So I have to balance my caffeine intake. But there's going to be some leaded stuff going in here in a little bit when this study session really hits big, because I'm studying this morning and I'm taking this test right after lunch. That's what I'm doing. It's happening. It's happening, Callie. Okay? Coffee is essential. And there's varieties. There's iced coffee, hot coffee, which is my preference normally. You got your frappuccinos. You got your espresso shots. I mean, there's something for everybody. Something for everybody, you know? And it smells. Can you smell that? Just give it a whiff. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. See, it's just wonderful. It just wakes you right up, gets those brain cells just to going, okay? Second, number 2, attire. All right, so you want to focus on comfort. Okay, Emily Parrish has this down. She's ready for college because her sweatpants and the bun head and all that, her brain is able to fully absorb all the information because she is so comfortable. Like this is college hair. Okay, y'all seen it. You've seen the kids everywhere, and even the dudes don't do that though. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for everybody. Some people can pull it off, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to see Braxton with a man bun. I don't know that I'm going to like that look, but whatever, you do you. Okay. But the reason this is this hair, because one, it's out of the way. So like when you're looking down and looking up, right? It's not up in your face. Okay. Nobody needs that. Okay. We just want it out of the way, right? You want to go comfort. Like I can't lift my leg that high. All right. I can see. No, don't, Callie. That'll hurt me. Okay. Got my lightweight sweatpants on, my t-shirt, fully comfortable so that I can absorb all of this important information, right? And just then puke it back out on the test. So that's number 2. Number 3, the class. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you like the professor. Figure it out. Make it happen. You got to work it to your advantage. You got to know your audience. You got to figure out what that professor wants from you to be able to get the grade you want in the class. Like, grade I want an A. Okay? I'm not going to be happy if I get a B in this class, but I'm right there. Right there. So if I get a B, I'll be okay. But I want the A. So I'm going to do my best to get the A. All right? But you got to know the professor. Like, for example, the 1B I made in college. The 1B I made in college was in an honors college class called Colloquium. They don't do it anymore. And it was a discussion-based class. Y'all know I like to talk. You know that I do. Made the mistake of disagreeing with the professor, and the class agreed with me. Didn't matter what I did. Didn't matter. Wasn't going to make an A in the class. I did every possible thing I could. But every subjective grade that there was, I made really bad on because I ticked her off. It's good stuff. You just gotta go with it sometimes. All right. Another example. Took a physics class. Okay. This guy comes in. He's all like, 60% of you are gonna fail this class. Da, da, da. And I'm going, not me. Oh, no, sir. Not me. Kayla's not failing this class. Took the first quiz, made like a 10 on it. A 10, okay? Y'all forgive me for my appearance. It was a late night studying last night. We'll talk about that in a minute. So then I found out, heard through the grapevine, that he was a little bit of, didn't really like women in his classes and stuff kind of person. And so I said, I got this. Go to his office hours, right? And I was having a problem with one of the practice problems. Could not figure out how I was not getting the answer. Figured it was something simple that I was just making more complicated, because that's 90% of what we do. We make it more complicated. And so I went in there with a little bit of this attitude.
Dr. So-and-so, I'm just, I'm really struggling, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out of this class, but I really need your help. Like, I just can't get my mind wrapped around what we're doing, and I just really, is there any way that you could try to help me understand, I'm really just having a hard time.
Okay? So then, of course, that fed into his ego, and he's like, sure, sweetie, sure. Let me look. Total personality change, just like that, right? And then he gave me the answer, and I went, oh, got it. Thanks so much, and out. It's good stuff. Good times. Never went back to his office again, but it's good. Number 4, study groups. It's risky, risky, risky. So you gotta be picky, okay? Study groups can be awesome. But if you pick people that you have too much fun with, things can go bad real quick, and no studying happens. You're ending up late night, 2 o'clock in the morning playing Truth or Dare, while you're eating your Takis and drinking your Monster Energy drinks or whatever you're doing, and no studying is happening. So you gotta make sure you pick your crowd. Limit the number of people you got. Make sure they care about their grades, and they'll be more apt to stay focused. But some of the best times I had in college were studying. Okay? So, study groups are great if it's people that are worried about their grades. You get the studying done, and then you have a good time. Otherwise, it turns into a hot mess. Or you have the people where they butt heads, and then they fight about who's right and who's wrong all the time. Had one of those one time because we were assigned study groups by our professor. That was bad. I'm just sitting there going, I'm ready to go home, people. I'm ready to go home. So you want people to help you study, especially if it's in a class that you're struggling with, because people have other strengths, right? Like, you want people that are smarter where you're not smarter, because then they can tell you all the tips that they know. So you got to find those people, and you want to take advantage of that. But you got to make sure that you're disciplined in your study group activity and actually get the studying done. Because usually it's late nights, everybody's tired anyway, there's a lot of caffeine and sugar. Things can go south real quick. Okay, number 5, this is very important. You want to find the nerd. Okay. You want to friend the nerd. then you want to follow the nerd. It's a 3-part thing. So I found a nerd, still one of my dearest friends, so I'm no way going to say any names on here.
Don't make fun of them.
Shh. Don't give it away. It was organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. Didn't know what I was getting into. I found a nerd from MSMS. Maybe I will say his name. He's a pharmacist now, and I love him dearly. One of my all-time best friends. Okay. And like we had to come up with lab partners, and I realized that he went to MSMS, which is the Mississippi School for Math and Science. So I'm like, yes, I want to be your lab partner. It was fantastic. He knew what to do in lab. I helped him in the class. It was a wonderful partnership. Got us both through Organic 1 and Organic 2, and we have a lifelong friendship from it. So you're going to find your nerd. Find the one that has what you need and that you have something to give to, and then that association, that alliance is strong, super strong. Okay, next and very important is brain food. Brain food, especially if you're a kinesthetic learner out there, because that's me. Like I have to be moving. That's why I talk with my hands. Y'all make fun of me all the time because I talk with my hands, but that's why, because it helps me to focus. So, if you have something to nibble on, it actually can help you focus on your studies. So the reason I'm fat is not because I'm lazy, it's because I study a lot. Y'all see that? Okay, good deal. But you got to be careful with your brain food, right? You don't want anything that's going to get all over your hands because you're flipping pages or on your computer. So it needs to be like good poppable food, like popcorn or, sunflower seeds or something like that. But nothing crazy. Or this is one of my favorites. I'm going to demonstrate. This is Nutella. Okay, and let me just show you a little tip. See, Nutella is meant to be eaten with just a spoon. Right, and see, this is a baby spoon. See, so it controls your portion size, right? So you're gonna actually, and because it leaves your hands free, you're just gonna get a big scoop of the Nutella on the spoon. Just like that. Huh? Just like that. And then the hand full. Yeah, perfect study food, just spoonfuls of it in your mouth, Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, then you want to focus on a good study environment. A good study environment. So you need it to be relatively quiet as far as distractions and stuff. So dorm rooms are fantastic. No, they're not. Okay. My hint. You want to go to the library, like to the 5th floor. There's never anybody there. Find you a little corner, a little study room, one of the little desks. Good to go if you're studying by yourself. Otherwise, this is going to be your friend right here. Blocks out all the noise, lets you focus in. Put on some jams, which leads me to number 8, background music. Now, me, I actually do better when I have background music. It helps me focus, but it's a delicate balance, because you want music that you like, but that you don't love, because you don't want to be sitting there studying and have a jam come on and go step by step, ooh baby, because then you've completely lost your focus, right? So you gotta pick songs that you like, that don't drive you crazy, but that you're not gonna have to sing to, It's very important. These are going on in a minute, and I do have a playlist for studying that helps. It is not my cleaning playlist. See? Different thing. All right. Number 9, this one's a serious one. You have to know your brain, okay? You have to know what your peak study environment is, your optimum, okay? Like for me, I'm a morning person. So I get up early and I'll study early in the morning and I'll do better. If I try to stay up super late at night, past about 9, 10 o'clock, my brain shuts down and I don't absorb anything I'm studying. So it's completely pointless. I'm losing sleep. And the next day when I wake up, I don't remember anything I studied past like 9:30. That's me. Okay. But you're different. You have to know you. And by the time you're a senior in high school, you know you. Are you a procrastinator? Are you good under those high pressure, just cram it all in situations? I'm not, which is why this semester has been horrible for me. So you have to figure out kind of what your zone is and what works for you. I'm an early morning person. Get up, get my coffee, get my bagel and cream cheese, get me some Nutella on a spoon, sit there, study, done. I used to irritate my college roommate because she was a night owl person and we took the same classes. She's a physical therapist, so her undergrad was the same as mine. And so we would be in the same class together. And at about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, we have big test the next day. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm going to bed. And she goes, you're what? But don't you have to study? And I'm like, I'm done for tonight. What? And so she would stay up all night studying. And I'd go to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock, get up around 5 in the morning. I'm sitting there like this at the table when she comes in for breakfast studying. And she's also not a morning person, so you don't talk to her. You got to learn your roommates too. Like, don't talk to people that aren't morning people because they will cut you and nobody needs that. So, but that was me. Okay. So you got to figure out what works for you and just own it. Like, if you can't stay up all night, just say, hey guys, I'm done. I'm going to bed. That's it. All right. If you need to stay up all night, say, okay, I'm going to study for 5 hours. All right. And then number 10, and this is the most important thing I could ever tell you about college and testing. You're going to make it through it. You make it through it. You may not always get the grade you want. You may not always get the grade you deserve. Sometimes that doesn't happen either. But you will make it through it. And if you don't, it doesn't really matter anyway. Right? You're going to make it through it. It is what it is. Okay? Y'all are smart. Y'all are bright. You can handle it. It's an awesome adventure. I loved college. Loved it. Would go back any minute. Well, I guess I technically am back, but it's not different. It's different. Graduate stuff's different. It's not as much fun. And I'm here by myself and I don't have a study group. So anyway, but that is our Get Up show for today. So I'm about to disappear for the rest of the day. So if you try to get a hold of me for a reason and my response time is longer than normal, it's because I am studying to take my test today. Okay, so I will be checking my phone, but I will have these on with my jam, so it may not be as I might not be as quick to get back to you. So if you're one of my seniors, y'all need to get your stuff done today too. You're winding down. This is it. And you're going to be moving on to the next part of your adventure in life, which is college for most of you. Those of you that aren't and you're going straight to work, that's a whole different ball game. And that's hard in itself. So, but y'all are awesome. You're a great group of kids. I love you so much. I know you're going to do awesome things. Keep in touch with me and let me know what you're doing. I'll be praying for y'all and I will miss you terribly.